Hello everyone and welcome to episode 2 of our One Punch Man the Strongest basic series account review. Today we are at SERVER136 reviewing for our friend here, EggTofu. So EggTofu is actually a 141 in power for his server itself, and also he's at rank 46 for the arena rank. His current lineup, so it's pretty strong lineup considering that he has both the DPS units and also the core. So Genos will be speed 1 and RMG will be speed 2. However, for this third speed itself, I will actually recommend to keep it on to the Kabuto instead. He is actually wondering what are the mistakes that he is currently doing right now, and also for any further progression tips itself. So in this case, his training hall is pretty well done, everything is maxed out. And for skill and battle training, this one he is actually putting in effort to raise the HP and also attack, which is very good. And on top of that, he has 23 million gold, so if he wants, he can actually max them out. Then also he is using pretty much the meta core, so he has his Sea King, Zombie, Mosquito and Genus. Then the other two, for armor, it will actually help the RMG to do more damage, and also for Child Emperor, it will help the RMG to do more damage as well from the extra damage. Next, we'll be looking at his stamina and also vitality usage. So stamina wise, he might actually want to go the 0.25 instead of this lah. I believe he only got maybe 0 or 0.25. So that's something to take note of. He has been watching the ads for the Go Daily, which is very good. In his training center, his skills are a bit low, and I believe one of the reasons why is because he has been saving up quite a lot of skill books. So in this case, for skill books wise, there is actually no need to save for it. Once you get it, straight away use it up. And on top of that, for the characters itself, you definitely want to use your gold to purchase as much skill points as possible. So essentially, all these skill points will actually be going inside your training center leaders itself, which is these 8 characters over here. So if let's say it's not these 8 characters, then you don't use any skill books onto them. Also, I noticed that he actually put in a lot of effort into putting skill books into these non-training center leaders. So in this case, I'll actually suggest him to reverse this. You take a look at this golden boy here, level 15 skills, and it's not even inside the training center. And also he is holding on to 1.5k skills. So 1.5k skill books can easily raise up 2 levels for the high level, between level 17 to 18. Yeah, so it can actually raise up 2 level, which will actually help you. According to what you have currently, I believe 100 skill training limit is very doable. So by having this 100 skill training limit, your training center will be a lot stronger. Then from there, if let's say you're using it for your Club War or Apex, it will actually help you a lot. So this one is something to really keep in mind. Next, we'll be looking at his Omni Shards count. So as of now, he has 105 Omni Shards, and also for the individual, he has 97 and 32. In this case, I will actually suggest you to hold off on raising the RMG 5-star. Yeah, because as of now, you have about 20 days to get enough purple shards for the RMG. So in 20 days, most likely you will be about 20 shards short, because this one will give you about 3 nodes, then 20 days will give you about 2 nodes, depending on whether you have out or not. If let's say you have out, it will be 3 nodes. If let's say you do not have out, then it's 2 nodes. So once you have maxed out your awakening shards, then from there you use your monster Omni to Omni up the RMG. Then the rest of the Omni Shard will be saved up for your Sonic V2, because your Sonic V2 needs to be 5 star as soon as possible to make him a speed raiser. Another thing I noticed is that his speed gap between the channels and RMG is actually very big. So if you notice, it's about a 40 speed difference. This one is not very ideal, is because if let's say Undying unit were to come up after the channels blasted and before the RMG outs, your RMG will actually ulti onto the back row, so most likely it will hit onto the Undying unit and not do anything. So in this case, what I recommend is actually tighten the speed gap. So this will actually make it very difficult for your opponent to cut in between for the speed of the Undying unit. Then from there, your RMG ulti will guarantee onto a non-Undying unit, and it will actually slowly wear down the opponent. How I will actually recommend to adjust is because of this speed line. So this is pretty much fixed already. In this case, you might actually want to put on a speed gear onto your RMG. It can be this gear, or this gear. And also give it 0 stars. Then on top of that, your channels itself, I will actually recommend you to raise up the either raise up the stars of these 2 gears, or this is actually a very good. Yeah, so in this case, no choice, have to raise up the speed for the channels. Okay, next we will be looking at your SAC count. So as of now, you have 504 total SAC count. So basically all the yellow ones are the ones to be reversed. So pretty much only Genos, RMG, Kabuto should have your SAC. The rest just reverse. Then the reason why I don't suggest you to reverse your Garo buff cards is because it is actually washed pretty well. So you might actually want to keep it. As of now, you have around 400 SAC in your 3 main characters and have about 100 SAC lying around. So once you reversed out this 100 SAC itself, you can actually use it to open up all the talents sigil for Genos and RMG. So these 2 characters will take you about 90 SAC. And also you can use the 10 remaining SAC to increase the speed for your Genos itself. You can actually take a screenshot of this and do the necessary changes. The last part will be your BT count. So for BT count, I'll actually suggest it. So August, you go for ATT as your main DPS for your bomb core. Then on November, go for the bomb core. Then Sonic V2 on January. Because at this point in time, you won't have a strong duelist. So by getting Sonic, it will actually help you in the sense that you can fill up your bomb core and you can have the speed raiser for your team. Then on top of that, with the additional speed, from there it helps to raise up your Gale Wind that you are going to draw on March. So from there, the Gale Wind stuns 2 targets onto the opponent's unit. So this team is actually very strong. Then for you're considering whether or not to draw for Watchdog and also what path to take. So in this case, I will actually strongly advise you not to draw for it because as of now your Genos have 3.6 million HP. So for most people who draw for Watchdog is for 2 reasons. One is to tank for SSR Armai's ultimate. Then the second reason is to stand on the field longer than Genos, to actually prevent your team from losing. Because if let's say the whole team gets wiped, including the Genos, although it's alive, however, if let's say it's undying state, then the battle will be lost. And by having the Watchdog over there that can out-tank the Genos, you will actually be able to last longer in the fight itself, which will increase your win rate. However, we look at your SAC count, it is actually not enough. So although you have enough SR shard to actually raise the watchdog. However, because your SAC is not enough, so in this case I will actually not recommend. So a good HP to aim for is actually 5.14 million. This one is to tag for the SSR Armai ultimate. So to give you a rough idea, roughly 5.14 million will be 5-star insignia, 4-star buff gears, and 3-star gears. So this will actually cost you 244 SAC. As of now, it will be half your SAC count needs to go into watchdog, which is not possible. Then also you can actually consider taking up the armor if you want. So over here you can actually draw for the armor. In this case you'll be about 40 tickets short for the Gilwin and about 64 tickets short for the Emperor. This one you can actually consider because you most likely won't 180 all the way. But if let's say you want to play safe, you can actually just skip it. No issue for this one, because yeah, if let's say you were to do that, it will be a bit rush already. Then if you are curious, this is the SAC needed for the speed gears itself. So why people will draw armor is because it doesn't require any SSR shard. Then also it only requires the buff gears speed lines. So by raising the gears speed itself, it can make your units very fast. So essentially you can just skip out on the speed gears for your DPS unit. So your ATT generals and also RMG can go full attack or full HP. Then it will make your team very strong. So although you are spending SAC onto this armor itself, however, because it helps to raise the speed of 2 other characters, so essentially you are raising the speed of 3 characters just by raising 1. So this is actually very good SAC value, and also why a lot of people will actually choose to draw for the armor. But according to your BT count, this one is up to you, depending on whether you want it or not. But actually it's your own decision. So as long as the decision is made by you, then it's okay. That's all for today. I hope that you found this video helpful, and if you like the video, please like and also subscribe to the channel. With that, thank you for watching and have a nice day. Goodbye.